My name is Diego Molina, and this is Lab Module 1, where I will be identifying each body cavity and each abdominopelvic region and quadrant. There are 8 body cavities in the human body. The first body cavity is the cranial cavity. That contains the brain. Next we have the thoracic cavity, which is under these ribs right here. That contains the heart and the lungs. Next, we have the ventral cavity, which contains the thoracic cavity, the abdominal cavity, and the pelvic cavity. Next, we have the abdominal cavity, which contains the digestive viscera. Next, we have the abdominopelvic cavity, which is the abdominal cavity and the pelvic cavity. Next, we have the pelvic cavity, which contains the urinary bladder, the reproductive organs, and the rectum. Next, we have the spinal cavity, which contains the spinal cord. And lastly, we have the dorsal cavity, which is the cranial cavity and the spinal cavity. Now I'll be identifying the 9 abdominopelvic regions. This region is the right hypochondriac region, which includes the liver and the gallbladder. This is the epigastric region, which includes the stomach. And this is the left hypochondriac region, which includes the spleen. Right here is the right lumbar region, which includes the ascending colon of the large intestine. This is the umbilical region, which includes the navel and the small intestine. This is the left lumbar region, which includes the descending colon of the large intestine. And this is the right iliac region, which includes the cecum and the appendix. This is the hypogastric region, which includes the urinary bladder. And this is the left iliac region, which includes the initial part of sigmoid colon. The abdominopelvic cavity is also divided into 4 quadrants. The right upper quadrant, the left upper quadrant, the right lower quadrant, and the left lower quadrant. In this video, I have labeled each body cavity, and I have labeled each abdominopelvic region and quadrant.